Imagine your most private emails exposed to the world. That's exactly what happened to the Dalai Lama. But how did a spiritual leader become the target of one of the most sophisticated cyber attacks in history? In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on a very interesting story. You won't believe how Palantir became the hero in a battle that would shock the cybersecurity world. We're about to uncover a tale of international espionage, cutting-edge technology, and a fight for digital privacy that spans the globe. In 2008, a chilling phone call shattered the Dalai Lama's digital sanctuary. An unnamed country received a stark warning from the Chinese government. Don't host the Tibetan spiritual leader for his upcoming visit. The reason? This visit was supposed to be a closely guarded secret. Sensitive negotiation documents had been silently exfiltrated from the Dalai Lama's computer, exposing crucial talking points for discussions with China. This breach wasn't just a violation of privacy. It struck at the heart of delicate diplomatic efforts, threatening to unravel years of careful negotiations. How can nations engage in honest dialogue when their cards are laid bare before they even sit at the table? This is the new face of espionage, where adversaries can pilfer your deepest secrets without ever setting foot in your office. The trust underpinning international relations becomes as fragile as glass, ready to shatter with a single exposed document. But who is behind this digital intrusion? A mole in the Dalai Lama's inner circle? A sophisticated hacking group? Or something even more insidious? The stakes were too high to ignore. Faced with this invisible threat, the Dalai Lama's team made an unconventional move. They reached out to the Information Warfare Monitor, a group of cyber sleuths dedicated to uncovering digital threats. It was a partnership born of necessity. Spiritual wisdom meets cutting-edge tech in a battle against an unseen enemy. Enter Palantir, a company about to prove its mettle in the world of AI-powered analytics. They were tasked with exposing the digital fingerprints of this elusive adversary, potentially reshaping our understanding of modern espionage in the process. The hunt for the digital mole was on, and the outcome would have far-reaching implications for international diplomacy. But first, let's take a closer look at the hero of our story, Palantir. Palantir, founded in 2003, isn't your typical tech company. They're not building social media apps or flashy gadgets. Instead, they're in the business of solving intricate problems with data. Their software is designed to make sense of massive amounts of information, connecting dots that humans alone might miss. Now, you might be wondering how a software company can stand a chance against state-sponsored hackers. These aren't script kiddies we're dealing with. These are highly trained professionals with virtually unlimited resources. But Palantir's approach is different. Their software, especially Foundry, takes a unique approach to data analysis. It's not just about finding known threats or patterns. Foundry creates a comprehensive environment where data from various sources can be integrated and analyzed in real time. This allows for rapid identification of new threats and evolving patterns that traditional methods might miss. Palantir has been playing this high-stakes game for years, helping agencies make sense of complex data environments. When you're dealing with national security, there's no room for error. You need to be able to differentiate between friend and foe quickly and accurately. So what will Palantir uncover in the Dalai Lama's case? That's the million-dollar question. We're potentially dealing with a sophisticated operation that's managed to infiltrate one of the most high-profile targets in the world. Foundry is at the heart of this investigation. It allows organizations to connect existing data platforms, creating a holistic view of the situation. It's like giving investigators a pair of X-ray glasses, letting them see through the noise and spot the connections that matter. As the team dives into the digital evidence, one thing is clear. This hunt for the invisible intruder is about to take us down a rabbit hole none of us expected. The question isn't just who hacked the Dalai Lama, it's how deep this digital conspiracy goes. The Dalai Lama's cyber attack began with something as innocent as an email. Palantir's team wasn't looking for a person. They were hunting for anomalies, those tiny ripples in the data that betray the presence of something that doesn't belong. And they found it. No human mole turned up, but the numbers weren't adding up. Strange patterns in network traffic, Odd file access times, data moving in ways it shouldn't. It was like watching a ghost move through the system, leaving only the faintest traces of its passage. That's when it hit them. This was a spear phishing attack, a targeted form of digital deception that's become the weapon of choice for state-sponsored hackers. The attackers do their homework, crafting emails that look legitimate, often mimicking trusted sources. It's incredibly effective. Palantir's Foundry software was the key to cracking this case wide open. Foundry correlates data from countless sources, flagging anomalies that might indicate a breach. In this case, it picked up on subtle signs of infection that would have been invisible to the naked eye. As they peeled back the layers of this digital onion, the team's blood ran cold. The hackers hadn't just peeked inside the Dalai Lama's inbox, they'd hit the motherlode. Sensitive negotiation documents with China, private communications, strategic plans, all of it compromised. It was a treasure trove of information that could reshape geopolitics in the region. The implications were staggering. How do you negotiate when your opponent already knows your playbook? How do you maintain diplomatic relations when trust has been so fundamentally violated? But as shocking as this revelation was, it was just the beginning. As the team widened their investigation, they started to see similar patterns elsewhere. This wasn't an isolated incident. It was the tip of a very large, very dangerous iceberg, and what lay beneath the surface was about to blow this case wide open. Palantir's investigation quickly expanded beyond the Dalai Lama, revealing a massive digital forest of cyber espionage. Their team uncovered eerily similar patterns across multiple countries, pointing to something far more sinister than a targeted attack on a spiritual leader. Palantir's Foundry software proved crucial in connecting seemingly unrelated dots. Think of it as a digital version of a detective's corkboard, but with machine learning and processing power cranked up to 11. The team mapped out the full extent of this cyber espionage network, watching a digital pandemic unfold in real time. Every infected system led to more discoveries, and every piece of malware analyzed opened new avenues of investigation. The scope of this operation kept expanding, leaving the team wondering just how far this thing reached. As the investigation deepened, the scale became almost incomprehensible. The final numbers were truly mind-blowing. The network Palantir uncovered, now dubbed GhostNet, had infected over 1,300 computers. But here's the kicker. These weren't random machines. We're talking about high-value targets spread across 103 countries. That's more than half the countries in the world caught in this invisible net of digital espionage. The implications of this discovery are staggering. It's not just about privacy anymore. This represents a fundamental shift in the balance of power in the digital age. Imagine the secrets, strategies, and sensitive information now potentially in the hands of whoever was behind GhostNet. It's like someone found a way to eavesdrop on every important conversation across the globe. Exposing GhostNet was just the beginning. Now comes the hard part, figuring out how to fight back against an enemy that's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. The cyber war is entering a new phase, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Traditional cybersecurity methods are like using outdated tools against modern threats. But what if you could predict and prevent attacks before they happen? That's the kind of advantage Palantir brought to the fight against GhostNet. Firewalls, antivirus software, and intrusion detection systems are great for known threats, but they're inadequate when you're up against state-sponsored hackers. These adversaries are constantly evolving, adapting their tactics faster than traditional security can keep up. Palantir's Foundry software is a game-changer in cybersecurity. It analyzes patterns, connects seemingly unrelated data points, and gives analysts a comprehensive view of the entire digital battlefield. Foundry doesn't just look for specific threats. It empowers security teams to see the bigger picture and anticipate future attacks. The real power of Foundry lies in its partnership with human analysts. As Shyam Sankar from Palantir says, it's about enhancing human creativity, not replacing it. This human-AI collaboration was crucial in unraveling GhostNet. Picture an analyst spotting an unusual pattern in network traffic. With Foundry, that observation becomes the starting point for a deeper investigation. The software instantly correlates that pattern with historical data, similar incidents across different networks, and even seemingly unrelated events. It's like giving the analyst a sixth sense for cyber threats. This iterative, feedback-driven approach is essential in the ever-changing landscape of digital warfare. Every new piece of information, every incident, becomes part of a constantly evolving model. The system learns and adapts, just like the hackers it's designed to catch. Exposing GhostNet was a massive victory. We're talking about disrupting a cyber espionage operation that had infiltrated over 100 countries. It was a win for digital freedom everywhere, but the cyber war is far from over. New threats are emerging, new tactics are being developed as we speak. The question isn't if there will be another GhostNet, but when. And when it comes, Palantir and its Foundry software will be ready to level the playing field once again. Remember when being a spy meant exotic locations and high-tech gadgets? Well, now the most dangerous operatives might be the kid next door. The democratization of espionage techniques is turning the world of cybersecurity upside down. As the barriers to entry crumble, who's really in control? The new face of espionage is far less glamorous, but infinitely more pervasive. We're talking about a digital battlefield where the weapons are lines of code and the spoils are terabytes of sensitive data. Traditional spycraft relied on human intelligence, dead drops, and elaborate disguises. Now, it's all about exploiting vulnerabilities in our hyper-connected world. Here's the scary part. You don't need a government backing or years of training to be a digital spy anymore. With the right tools and know-how, anyone with an internet connection can potentially access state secrets or corporate intellectual property. The implications of this shift are staggering. For individuals, it means our personal information is more vulnerable than ever. Companies are facing an onslaught of cyber attacks that could cripple their operations or steal their most valuable assets. And governments? They're grappling with a new form of warfare where the lines between peacetime and conflict are increasingly blurred. This is where Palantir's approach becomes crucial. Their Foundry software isn't just about detecting threats. It's about understanding the entire digital ecosystem. It's like having an AI-powered analyst working alongside human experts, connecting dots across vast datasets to spot patterns that would be invisible to the naked eye. But here's the million-dollar question. What's next in this ever-evolving cyber arms race? As attackers become more sophisticated, defenders need to stay one step ahead. We're likely to see an increased focus on predictive analytics, using AI to anticipate and prevent attacks before they happen. Palantir's role in this new landscape is expanding beyond just cybersecurity. Their data integration and analysis capabilities are being applied across sectors like healthcare and finance. It's about leveraging data to solve complex problems in every domain. As we move forward, one thing is clear. The world of espionage and cybersecurity will never be the same. The next big breach could come from anywhere, at any time. But with companies like Palantir leading the charge, we're not going into this fight unarmed. The question is, are we ready for what comes next? The Dalai Lama case exposed a chilling reality. In our hyper-connected world, no one's secrets are truly safe. Advanced data analysis has become our best defense against these invisible threats. Palantir's work uncovered a sprawling network of digital espionage, highlighting the ongoing arms race where our data is the battleground. Cyber threats are evolving faster than traditional security can keep up. Palantir's role in exposing these threats demonstrates the power of cutting-edge analytics in safeguarding our digital lives. But technology alone isn't enough. Our vigilance remains crucial in this new digital landscape. As we navigate this complex terrain, remember, your data is valuable, and protecting it is essential. Stay informed, be cautious, and prioritize your digital security. The future of our online world depends on it. What are your thoughts on data security? Share in the comments below.